again. I represent Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. I'm from Plateau State. Mr. Speaker, this motion is on the urgent need to address the incessant and barbaric killings in Plateau State. The House notes that within the duration of our recess, a lot of ugly events bordering on the state of security of our people occurred, which I deem pertinent to call on the attention of this hallowed chamber to take necessary proactive measures toward curbing the hydra-headed monster. Further note, Mr. Speaker, that it is no longer news that the series of attacks and reprisal attacks engulfed some part of Plateau State in the recent past, ranging from the unprovoked attacks on Basa communities where scores of lives were killed, with farmlands and properties worth hundreds of millions destroyed, to the killing of peaceful commuters on Rukuba Road in Jos, North local government, on their way to Ondo State from Bauchi, and the pockets of silent killings of University of Jos students along the university community, and most recently, the killings in Yalwan Zargam community of Jos North local government areas of Plateau State. Aware, Mr. Speaker, that those barbaric killings have caused a serious breach of peace in some parts of Jos North and some parts of Basa local government. But we are grateful to God and to the effort of the governor of Plateau State, Right Honorable Simon Bakola Long, to contain the ugly trend and avoid its escalation to other parts of Plateau State. Also aware, Mr. Speaker, that the said community has no voice in this hallowed chamber to air their grievances following the death of our representative, late Honorable Maitala Haruna, who died on the 2nd of April 2021, which was announced at the plenary of 13 April 2022, but till today election is not conducted. Also aware, Mr. Speaker, that I wrote an open letter to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on the happening in Plateau State with proactive suggestion on how best to handle the crisis situation in the state and beyond. Acknowledge, Mr. Speaker, and appreciate the visit of Interreligious Council to Plateau State, ably headed by the Khan chairman and the Sultan of Sokoto, and that of the Chief of Defense Staff, where they interacted and interfaced with stakeholders in Plateau on how to find a lasting peace. Resolve 2, Mr. Speaker. 1, observe a minute silence in honor of over 100 people killed in Plateau State. 2, Speaker led a higher power delegation to pay a condolence visit to the government and people of Plateau and commiserate with them over the lives and property lost. 3, mandate the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, National Emergency Management Agency, and other relevant humanitarian agencies as a matter of urgency, Mr. Speaker, to provide relief materials to the victims of attacks in Plateau in order to assuage the suffering of their survivors. 4, Mr. Speaker, commend the Governor of Plateau State for taking active steps that prevented the escalation of the reprisal attacks that was imminent following the killings and the input of the security operatives in that regard. 5, urge the federal government to redeem their earlier pledge of 10 billion naira in 2020 for the resettlement of victims of attacks in Plateau, and to also extend similar privileges accorded to victims of crisis in other parts of the country to the victims of crisis in Jos Plateau State. And 5, Mr. Speaker, mandate the Independent National Electoral Commission as a matter of urgency to conduct by-election to fill the vacant position of Jos North Basa Federal Constituency without further delay, so that they can also have their voice back in this honorable House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity, and I so move. Thank you.